few shots there in the fourth quarter to put it in. What's the difference between getting back and maybe even winning this game and just not getting the points there?
Making plays. That's what it comes down to right there at the end. You know, we had opportunities. Defense did a great job. You know, the field goal block unit did a great job, and you know, it's tough. We didn't make plays right there at the end. We had opportunities, and you know, it's on everybody in offense.
I realize it's right after a game, but we're seven games in now. How do you think you've been playing? Do you think there's been improvement? Do you think you're trending the other way? What do you think so far?
Yeah, no, I think obviously not good enough. You know, it's been I think pretty average to start. You know, we got highs and lows. Myself, I got just too bumpy right now. I need to find consistency in my play, where I'm able to make every play, go to the right place with the ball in every play, and it's got to be more consistent for me, and I think that's where I'm lacking right now.
How much help do you need, though, Jordan? You need other guys to make plays too, though, right?
I mean, I think it's on everybody. I think as a whole, we look at it, and I think we all say the same thing. We all got to make plays. We all got to be more consistent. When our numbers call, we got to just execute, make those plays, limit the mistakes. That's what's killing us right now is penalties, mistakes. From top down, that's everybody. So I think everybody on offense will say the same exact thing.
Jordan, you said it's too bumpy for you right now. You're not going to be perfect, but why do you think you can't find that consistency individually?
I think it's really how we start the game. I think just as a team, we've started slow in the last couple games, we can't find a rhythm right now. We're on the field. Might go 3 and out, might make a play, penalty here, bumps us back, and I think when we've gotten longer down in distances, we haven't been good, it's really hurting ourselves. But I think we just haven't had that ability to find the rhythm on offense that we need. Yeah.
Jordan, you're an even-keeled guy. I don't think through this first part of the season that I've ever seen you visually upset on camera that the broadcast shows. What are you feeling like right now, and what's going through your head?
It's frustrating, man. I'm frustrated. Everybody in that locker room's frustrated. Plain and simple, we're not winning. We're losing games, and it's all games that we should be winning. I think that we're right there. It comes down to a play here, a play there that that everybody in that locker room, we're not executing enough, and we're not making those plays, and it's frustrating, and everybody's frustrated. But the question is, what are we going to do to change that?
What did Rasul say to you when you guys walked off together?
We pretty much just talked about that we're right there. He talked about he wished he had a couple plays back. The defense wished they had a couple plays back that would be game-changing plays, and I said the same thing. We're too inconsistent right now on offense. We're not making plays. We have ops, and we're just not capitalizing, and that's everybody. And but we pretty much just said we're right there. If we make those plays, if the ball's bouncing the other way and we're making those plays instead of not making those plays, these are totally different games.
So do you feel like you're close on offense to figuring this thing out?
I feel like we're right there.
Jordan, Matt was in here before, and he said, the other guys, I'm paraphrasing, but they've got to help you. They got to do more. You have to be who you are. I'm not saying that you have to be like Aaron and chew guys out where everybody can see, because if that's not who you are, I'm not saying you should do that. But is there something to, creating an urgency, or maybe, I don't know what you're doing behind closed doors, but when there's a lot of mistakes being made, I know guys don't do it on purpose, but do you think you have to, for lack of a better term, get after the guys a little bit, or do you think that would be the wrong play?
No, I think we do. I think the leaders on the team, we talked about it in there, we just got to come ready to work this week. It's all we can do. It's right back to work. But the urgency definitely has to be there. We're going to continue to push guys. Leaders on offense, we push each other every day. We push everybody on the team. The coaches push us. It's definitely not a lack of leadership. I think it's just, like you said, we got to find that urgency. We got to understand that, it's, every play has got to be the best play of our game. We can't have these little mistakes that are hurting us, and just be like, we'll find it on the next play or we'll find it in the next drive. We got to take advantage of every opportunity we have. But yeah, I mean, it comes down to just, getting back to work this week and, pushing everybody. Everybody's got to look themselves in the mirror, hold themselves accountable, and, just know that obviously we're not where we want to be. And, how are we going to get there? What are we going to do? What's next week going to look like? Who's going to step up? Who's going to be the guy to, just go out there and make plays? So it just comes back to getting back to work next week.
Aaron Jones mentioned you and Elton Jenkins specifically about calling these player-led meetings, players only, to go through the film and see it. Like, even though the results weren't there today, do you feel like that was important and valuable as you guys grow and try to get out of this rut?
It definitely is very important that we just stick together as offense. We just got to keep learning, growing as a unit, and just building that chemistry with each other to where we know where we're going to be. We know, how I like routes run, how I want to play ran, where I know where the receivers are going to be at. And it's all the little things that I think, we're doing a good job of during the week, but we just got to keep doing that, keep building that chemistry. But those are the little things that I think are going to continue to help us get over this hump.
As a group, is it hard to be confident right now? And how do you work that?
Yeah, I think it is hard. I think everybody, feels that we're not playing at the level we are expected to and we know we can play at. But I think the message for, everybody in that locker room is to keep that confidence, At this point, it's like who's going to step up, who's going to make those plays, who's going to, be able to turn this thing around to where guys can feel that confidence from them and gain confidence from that. But I think everybody's frustrated, but I don't think guys are losing confidence. I think it's just like I said, where are we going to go from here?
At the end of the first half, you have the 14-play drive, but prior to that, it's a really slow start, and everybody's talked about it, you're aware of it. Is there still any rhyme or reason why the first 3 series just don't seem to click at all?
I mean, you can go back and look at it. We didn't make any plays those first couple series. There's opportunities, had a couple drops, missed throw, the run game, we had a fourth and inches, I think, 4th and 1, or 3rd and 1, and it's those little plays that we're not making, we're not capitalizing on. I mean, it's obvious. It's not like what are we doing wrong? It's obvious on the film. We're just not executing, not capitalizing on these opportunities we have, and I think that's the biggest thing is we got to, as offense, we got to find a way to stay on the field, move those chains, and make those big plays, and help our defense out, keep them off the field. And we're not doing a good job of that right now.
Hey, Jordan, on the interception that 44 takes away from Jaden, is that ball where you wanted? Did you underthrow? Where was that ball in relation to where you wanted it?
Yeah, on that play, obviously, I think I wish, I could have put it a little bit more out there in front of him. There was a DB kind of playing, cover 2 look over the top, so I didn't want to put it too far out there in front of him. But that's what we talk about. Gave him an opportunity, and I didn't really get to see what happened on that play. But from just talking to guys, I mean, the DB made a great play, able to kind of, I think he just ripped it out of his hands. But I mean, those are the things we can look back and say, I wish I would have thrown this ball a little bit farther. But it comes down to execution, making those plays, me making better throws, and guys just going out there and competing and winning when the ball's in the air. But, it's a great play by that DB. Yeah.
2 more for Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, if this is a flawed premise, tell me, okay? Matt would always say indecisive equals ineffective, right? And it felt like, from my non-expert opinion, that was where you'd made a ton of growth over the last 3.5 years. Do you still feel like you're being as decisive, or do you think maybe there's, with everything that's kind of going on and the mistakes that are being made, that you're not quite as decisive as you seem to be trending toward?
Yeah, I would say you're right. I'm not, that's where I need to continue to grow, continue to be better for the team. It's just being that decisive player that's going to, go through my reads, know where I need to go with the ball, and, put the ball in the right place. But that's, like you said, I mean, it's right. You know, I'm not being good enough. You know, some of those situations where I was holding the ball a little bit too much, you know, the sack, the strip fumble, you know, that's where it comes down to just decision-making, making decisive reads. And that's where I got to be better, 100%.
Jordan, one of your best throws of the day was to Wicks there late in the game. You just kind of let the ball rip. And on that, some of your deep balls, I know they talked during camp about putting a little more air under it. Are those two things connected? Do you think you need to put the ball a little bit more on those? Because you haven't connected on a ton of those throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, you know, whatever it is, you know, I just got to be better at, you know, accuracy down the field, giving guys a chance to make plays, and then, you know, like you said, you know, putting a little bit more air on that. That's something that we've been practicing, you know, throughout training camp, OTAs. But yeah, I mean, it just comes down to accuracy, and you know, me being better. Like I said, making plays, giving those guys a chance to make plays. But yeah, that's where I got to be better.